So, you say you've had enough and that you can't take no more? Well, I say we're just getting started. It's time to talk about Starfield. It's like a bean burrito from Taco Bell. It's the gift that keeps on giving, and Bethesda Game Studios has given us another update. That's right, it's a beta update. That means it's big, over 100 fixes and counting. Because I am such a thorough, cracked ace YouTuber, I decided to sacrifice my time and mental energies to play this new beta update just to see how the game performs with all these new changes. And you know what? I can't tell what's changed. So just to refresh my memory, let's go over that big fat list of changes that Bethesda dumped out. So here we go, guys. Here is the official notes on the Starfield update from January 18th in beta, I might add. So our latest update is now available in our Steam beta. This update brings over 100 fixes and adjustments, most of which focus on quality of life improvements and quest fixes. Our full list of patch notes is below. We believe we got that pesky asteroid follower this time. We're grateful for all the feedback we've seen and received, and will continue to monitor and track your issues and critiques. As we noted last year, we'll continue to have a steady stream of updates about every 6 weeks. So if you don't see your issue addressed below, don't lose faith. Keep sharing your feedback and issues so we can do our best to prioritize. Thank you again, and see you in Starfield. So here's a list of the fixes and improvements. We've got animation fixes, we've got creatures and enemies, we've got crew and companions, and then we have a whole bunch of general fixes, as well as graphical fixes. There's a ton of graphical fixes. We have outpost fixes, powers, quests, and random encounters, and lots of ships and ship customization skills, weapons and items, etc., etc. And you know what? If it truly is 100 issues or 100 fixes, I'm not reading through all of this. I'm going to put a link, okay? I'm going to put a link in the description so that you guys can check this out for yourself. But I am just curious to know, you know, how some of these fixes got prioritized. I mean, it improved reflection on water. Really? That was a priority fix? Look, it's an improvement. It's not like a game. Is this a game-breaking thing? I don't know. I really don't know. But yes, there seems to be a lot of fixes, And like I said, there's going to be a link in the description for you to read through this yourselves at your own leisure. In all seriousness, I know it's fun to dunk on Bethesda and Starfield, but the game does seem to perform well. Most of these changes, however, and these quality of life updates, well, they're for things that I have yet to encounter in the game. I mean, I need to play more, and I would play more, but then I wouldn't be able to make these videos for you guys, and I know you want these videos over some lame Let's Play footage. Don't even lie to me, or else Todd Howard is going to visit you in your dreams. If you hit the dislike button, he's going to visit you twice. So the best thing about these updates being in beta is that valuable community feedback can happen, and the update can be tested for stability. The last thing that any of us want is for the game to get an update, be riddled with game-breaking glitches and bugs. I mean, after all, when it comes to Bethesda games, we do have something of a gold standard with which we have to hold them, right? Now, I'm sure that like most things, when it comes to gaming, your actual mileage may vary. Some versions of the game have and require different fixes and patches. This is due to the different platforms that the update is going to be released on. For now, the beta is only for the PC players, but once the update is ready, it's going to go out to the other platforms. My biggest issue, however, with the update is that it's mostly been these quality of life and graphical and quest fixes. There's still been nothing in the way of actual real tangible changes, or at least not that I've noticed. If you've played and noticed the differences, then maybe be sure and point them out and drop a comment down below and let me know. But my second biggest problem with the update is the massive number of fixes that the game has needed since its launch. What with the last big update and this one, it indicates that Starfield was in much worse shape than we were led on to believe. And while I am a fan of Starfield, and I want to see it improve, I think it's safe to say that it probably needed another full year in development before it was released into the wild. At this point, it's probably wishful thinking, but I do have a list of features I'd personally like to see in the game. And no, these aren't necessarily technical improvements, just things that I think would make the game more fun. For starters, I'd like to see more variety of outfits in the game. I know it's kind of low on the priority list, but short of modding the game, which I still haven't done, and I don't know if I'm gonna, I think clothes need to be added. Almost nothing about the apparel looks good or makes our characters look good. We either wear bulky jumpsuits or some weird corpo-looking crap that may have well been rejected by Cyberpunk 2077 development team because they were drunk. I still want my moon buggy, all right? Or at the very least, something that can take the edge off of wandering around the wilderness for half an hour just to find a settlement with a few vegetables and a knife on the table. And dare I say it, legendary enemy encounters? I think they would be nice. Can't say that I've seen one of those yet. Remember when you could see a glowing one in Fallout 4 and they would drop some of that good stuff? Yeah, let's get some of that and actually have good legendary weapons that do more than just some oddball status effects. Also, I think a real quality of life improvement for the game would be more encounters in the worlds. How about instead of an abandoned factory, we find a whole abandoned town, like a ghost town, you know, a city that we can explore filled with, I don't know, enemies. Wouldn't that be novel? And I know I can't be the only person that wants sexy robots. Okay, there I said it. Fallout 4 was a game set during the post-apocalypse, and we had synths and sex security. Where's my futuristic robots? Heck, where are the aliens? We have 1,000 explorable worlds and no other forms of life except livestock and critters. Give me the slooty aliens so that we can catch the slooty cooties. And lastly, I know I can't be the only one that would like to see some better flight controls for PC users. Every time I play Starfield, I have to switch to controller because trying to fly my ship with a mouse and keyboard is just bad. It feels bad, looks bad, and makes me want to do bad things. Now, while I greatly appreciate the effort that is going into ironing out the bugs, I think at some point we're going to need to pull back from trying to make the characters photorealistic and start focusing on true additions to the game. I know we aren't going for a one-to-one version of past games here, but considering what makes a Bethesda game, we do actually need something a bit more familiar. I'm talking guilds, my guys. We need the Thieves Guild. We need a Dark Brotherhood or an Assassination Guild. We need Space Gladiators. We need guilds. Look, I can go on, but I think the point has been made. It's time to turn our attention on practical additions to Starfield. The game has so much potential, and I would hate for it to be wasted on updates focusing on ambient lighting and water reflection. All right, that's it. You know the drill. It's time to take the questions over to you guys. What are your thoughts on this new beta update? Have you noticed any real improvements? Does the game seem to be in a better state? And lastly, let me know some of the major changes and or improvements you would like to see in the game before it's all said and done. Head down to the comment section and let's get some conversation going. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video. And if you want to see more content like this, as well as other stuff that I make, along with the cringe Catgirl, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have an amazing day, keep being awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.